And also senior fellowship, the group, the people between 45 to 70 age group, they'll get they'll get all research fellowships from the students, right? Okay, right? Then, so you're following, you're having the textbooks with you. So
Yes,
page
sir.
number 54 in that, okay? So in that, you can see the fellowships provided by ICSR to the research scholars, okay? And the second category is senior fellowships. Then the third one is postdoctoral fellowships. Postdoctoral fellowships is the awards or grants provided to the students below the age of 45. Above 45 to 70, it is senior fellowships. National fellowships, the for the like professors or eminent personalities, they will be getting the research fellowships whenever they approach ICSR for some kind of a research projects. Okay, and doctoral fellowship. Doctoral fellowships are for PhD scholars who are below the age of 40 years, and those who are registered for PhD degrees in a particular university, which is recognized by the DSE. There you can have the fellowships for the students who have completed their MLIS and they have joined for the PhD programs.
Sir,
Right?
page number, sir.
Page number 24.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I am talking about ICSSR. I'm talking about ICSR. You'll get a question on this, very important question, right? ICSR and its activities, right? It is an essay question. Usually you'll get an essay question. So you have to explain about the activities of ICSR. So first of all, you have to give the abbreviation of ICSR, where it is located, when it was established, and the activities one after other you have to mention in a organized way in the exam, right? So I'm talking about the fellowships which is provided by the ICSR. Next is other activities are training and capacity building program. No, training and capacity, because every research scholar or any scientist needs some kind of a training in a particular software or in a particular area of study. So even ICSR also holds the training programs for research scholars and also the scientists who are involved in social sciences. So the disciplines which are used here is are which are involved are sociology, political science, economics, international studies. These are the disciplines where the ICSR will conduct training programs for the scholars who are belonging to those respective disciplines. Okay. Then also research projects are there. Research projects with international collaboration, right? International institutes like foreign institutes, which are eminent institutions in other countries like the USA, UK, China, Japan, Korea. So there are several countries are there which have been tied up with the ICSR for research activities. So there is a collaboration between ICSR and the other research institutions. So one of the project is in that is the council is implementing agency for SEEP, Cultural Exchange Agreements. SEEP, SCEP, Cultural Exchange Agreement. There is an agreement between the two agencies to support culturally as well as research and information activities. Cultural exchange programs, particularly they are Asian countries, and education exchange programs signed between the government of India and with other countries. Under these projects, you'll have an opportunity to study or to go abroad also. To go abroad and you can pursue your education in other countries which are tied up with the government of India. Okay. Then under this cultural exchange program, CEP, Cultural Exchange Program. Under this, it has tied up with Thailand, France, and China. And also there is National Research Council of Thailand and also Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. They are all tied up with ICSR for research activities, supporting the research activities, exchange of students. Like for example, Indian students can go to Thailand or China and from China they can come to India for research activities. So such kind of exchange programs are also available because of these programs. Then another one is financial assistance for participation in international seminars, conferences, and data collection abroad. Suppose you have a research work, research title, which consists of data collection in other countries. Suppose you are having a research topic where you have to collect the data from China or any other countries. So you need some kind of a money, right? So to go abroad, you need some money, and also that money is provided by the ICSR, which where you have to justify why you are going there and why this data collection is important for your research work. So that is how it will be. It will be done, right? So seminar grant scheme. It's called as seminar grant scheme, and also you can also attend the seminars and conferences provide supported by the ICSR. You can also do the activities like, for example, you can attend the seminar abroad as well as in India also. Okay, so these are the supporting activities, right? So you suppose you wanted to go to Sri Lanka for attending a seminar, they'll provide an assistance, supporting, right? So you have to justify the case, right? So it is not easy to get grants also. You have to pursue and you have to justify your research study, then only it is possible, right? Then also some other aids, like for example, for research survey and publications, page number 25, at the end you can see they also support research surveys and publications. Publications means when you suppose you wanted to publish a book, you wanted to publish an article in a journal, so they will support you financially for taking the or paying the charges, like author processing charges or some kind of a financial support will be provided to the authors. And also it will also provide for conducting the seminars also, seminars and conferences. It will provide you when you approach the ICSR office, they will provide grant depending upon the type of the seminar. If it is a national seminar, they will give some amount. If it is an international, they will give more amount, right? So and also it will also provide grant in aid for professional associations like social sciences association or library associations. They will also provide some kind of grant in aid, so which will be useful for undertaking several activities for them, right? Then another important one is ICSR data service. So data means research data, statistical data, which is the output of some kind of a research work, right? So suppose you are going to conduct a research and you wanted to use the data which is already collected by some other person. So such data is available at ICSR, and you can collect that data from ICSR data services, right? So ICSR provides the data services because it has entered into an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, MOSPI, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So it has entered into the MOU with that organization. So where it provides the Ministry of Statistics will provide all very important data collected by them to the research scholars who are involved in these activities, right? And this also, ICSR data services also aims at providing or facilitating the preservation of the data, accessing, retrieval. All these activities are permitted if you wanted to use the ICSR data services. Of course, InfluibNet is also has been involved in such kind of a repository, maintaining the repository, right? This is all about ICSR, and the very important one of ICSR is NASDOC. So the documentation division of ICSR is NASDOC, National Social Sciences Documentation Center. Okay, it is also located in the ICSR of Delhi, located in Delhi, right? Now, it has established in 1970. It is established in 1970. 1969 ICSR. Then 1 year after that, 1970, NASDAQ was established. Okay, it is a documentation design, means library. It's a kind of a advanced library. Now, its objective is to provide library services, information services to the social scientists around the country. So all the scientists who are working in social sciences can use the services of NASDAQ. They are going to have research. Yeah, they are pursuing their research work. Okay. Then NASDAQ also provides guidance to the libraries of ICSR regional centers. So because ICSR has 6 regional centers, in each and every regional center, they have a documentation division again. So NASDAQ will provide supports to all these documentation divisions of the regional centers also. Okay. Now it provides it provides data collection. Sorry, online databases, web of packs, technology-based services or digital library services are provided by NASDAQ to the social scientists. Okay, in that in that studies, right? Suppose you wanted to the subjects which are all concerned are economics, political science, and all those areas where the students who are pursuing their research degrees can obtain the services, can use the services of NASDAQ for their research work. And also, there is a special collection of grey literature. Grey literature means the old rare documents which includes papers or working papers or occasional papers. It's very rare documents which are being deposited in the NASDAQ. Very particular, like for example, Usman University also has the rare manuscripts, right? Palm leaves. So all these are kept for use of the research scientists who wanted to use them for their research work. They can use these data or information, right? Then it also provides web-enabled services, online services also. You can contact them. Suppose you cannot go to the places where, like suppose Delhi or other places, you will not be able, you are unable to go to that places. You can also contact them. You can take the help of the concerned officers there. You can ask them, and based on the justified reason, they will also support you in the research works. Okay. And also the other services that includes the NASDAQ or bibliographical services, and on demand they also provide literature search services also. Literature search. So I think literature search is the first. Yeah, 1 minute, please hold on. Okay. Right. Then there is an institute. Okay. NASDAQ provides all these information services and support for the research scholars who are pursuing their PhD degrees or any research surveys or research projects. All these services can be used by the persons who are involved in these research activities, right? So this is all about ICSR and NASDAQ. Suppose you have got a question on ICSR, you have to write first when it was established, the whom, by whom, and what are the activities, what are the aims and objectives, right? For example, ICSR aim is to promote social science research and provide study grants to the students who are pursuing their research activities, right? Like this, you have to mention each and every activities. Particularly, you have to highlight some of the important activities of the organizations, right? Then followed by finally, if it is a question on ICSR, you have to mention NASDAQ also. If it is a question on NASDAQ, you have to mention about ICSR, and first you have to mention about ICSR and then followed by the NASDAQ, right? Then another one is the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, CMIE. It is located in Mumbai. It is located in Mumbai. So it is a leading business information company which is located in Mumbai. Particularly, it is useful for like suppose enterprises, those who are involved in business, right? Business companies and such kind of companies can get business information from these institutions, CMIE. Okay. Then another institute is Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TIS. It is called as TIS. It is also located in Hyderabad also, TIS. So it provides MPhil and PhD programs. It also has a documentation center inside the institute. It provides specialized information resources, particularly in social sciences, and also it also provides remote access to its e-resources in social sciences. Okay. Then it also provides work online facility, social work online facility is there, which is an Indian Journal of Social Work. So there are several activities are there. And next one is NIMSME, National Institute for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. So it is located in Hyderabad. First, it was set up in Delhi in 1960. Its name was CIETI, Central Industrial Extension Training Institute, which was first established in Delhi in 1960 under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Later on, it was shifted to Hyderabad in 1962, and the name was SIET. So, a small industry extension training, SIET. Okay, it is located in Balanagar, Hyderabad, and now it has been renamed as NIMSME, and under that SENDOC is there. SENDOC, SENDOC, Small Enterprises National Documentation Center. So what it does is it helps it provides information services for small scale, medium scale, then micro enterprises. So those who wanted to establish industries like a small scale industry or micro level industries or macro level industries, so they can small scale industries, they can approach these centers. They will guide you. They will provide all kinds of information services to them, as well as the research scholars who are working on these areas. For example, if a person from commerce, they can approach this. They are pursuing their PhD in commerce. They can approach this center and they can take the data from them. Not only supporting, they will also have research information are available in that center, SENDOC, right? No, it was recently renamed as NIMSME, National Institute for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, NIMSME. Right. So there are several activities are there. So they have the SENDOC is there, right? As I said, it is a documentation center of NIMSME. So it is working as a clearinghouse of information, particularly for commerce and industry related information, business information, right? Then and also there is a LMS LIMS, Library Information Management System, which is being implemented in SENDOC, which is helpful for the experts who are working in these areas, and they can access the data using those online packages, right? And also, it also supports interlibrary lending of books, reference services, newspaper clippings, and technical inquiry, research, literature searches. These are all the activities which are provided by NIMSME. And this is also very important, NIMSME. You have these two important questions. One is ICSR and NIMSME. NIMSME comes for short answer question usually, and ICSR and NASDAQ are for long answer questions, essay questions. And there is a list of organizations are there. List of organizations like international organizations are there. For example, in page number 28, you can see that International Social Science Council. It was established by UNESCO, United Nations Organization. Under UNESCO program, they have established this in 1952. So its secretariat, its office is located in Paris. It supports all kind of information services and to the organizations or to the research scientists who are involved in social sciences. Okay, then its objective, you can see the objectives in page number 29. So what are the objectives of this ISSC is to advance social science research across national and regional boundaries, to support social science capacity building programs, particularly in the countries, in the third world countries like African countries where underdeveloped areas are there. So particularly in those regions, they will be helping them to conduct social science research. Hello, madam. Join. Then, to provide a central clearinghouse for the collection, interpretation, analysis, and dissemination of data. So, clearinghouse of information is a kind of a library where you find rare material pertaining to the scope of the institution. Like, for example, NIMSME is a kind of a library where you will find all kinds of business information, or entrepreneurship, or enterprisal information, right? So that kind of information is available in those institutions. So such kind of institutions are called as clearinghouse of information. And also they'll also this ISSC is also involved in exchange activities. Exchange. So you can exchange research information, exchange scientists, exchange students. So that kind of a participation is also there in this. And also they promote social science literacy for the citizens of these regions, right? Then also, in addition to this, the council seeks to support the participation of women, minorities, and underrepresented in social science research. So particularly, they are more oriented towards the women students, minorities, and the communities which are underdeveloped and which are underrepresented. Not many people are representing from those people. So particularly, they are concerned to help these particular students. So World Science Report, they publish World Science Report every year. Every 3 years they will publish World Social Science Report. Okay. Then World Social Science Forum. World Social Science Forum is a platform for discussion. Forum means discussion, where you can interact with the social scientists of the other countries or other institutions. You can exchange your views, exchange your ideas. So that kind of a facility is called as a platform, is a forum where you can discuss. So UNESCO provides such kind of a forum that is called as World Social Science Forum. So in the last, I think it was organized by in 2018 at Japan, right? So more than 1,000 participants were there in this forum when it was organized in 2018 by Japan. Then again, another one is also there, another activity, World Social Science Fellows Program. So under this program, world social scientists all the scientists who are involved in research, social sciences research, can join this, can form a network like a Facebook network. You can join a network program. You can interact with the other social scientists all around the world, and exchange their ideas, exchange their views, that can discuss, so that even the third world countries like African countries can also get benefit out of this, right? And also, this is also very important forum to discuss and deliberate, right? Deliberate on various important topics which are of prime importance, right? For example, which are whatever the latest issues or concepts, they can be discussed in this World Social Science Fellows program, right? Then another one is Social Science Research Council. Again, it was established by an independent organization, non-profit organization in 1923. It is located in New York. Its headquarters is in New York, right? It provides again the research activities, supports the research activities in social sciences and institutions which are involved in social sciences. Of course, the activities that are provided by SSRC, it is located in page number 30. So it provides in general themes. 7 themes are there. 7 themes are there. Under these will be activated. Okay. Under these, for example, digital knowledge, media and data, economy and social policy, global and regional connections, governance, democracy and civil society, health and environment, higher education, peace, conflict, and security. These are the themes under which they conduct several activities. For example, higher education. So, education also they have given importance as a major thing, and there will be several activities across the world under this area. You can find some kind of a training programs or resource sharing programs or networking programs. All these will be there in this, right? Then also they'll also publish some kind of a print and digital publications. They publish books, reports, working papers, policies, and also they have the digital projects which includes forums, collections, resource hubs, exhibitions, etc. Then another important activity of this is digital culture. The digital culture program that supports the activities that examine the role of technology in social science discipline. Okay, particularly in the circulation and distribution of information in exchange of cultural and political systems. So, digital culture means whatever the documentation is there, which is converted into digital format, and they will be distributed to the members of the organization, right? And there is a program called as online forum Parameters. The Parameters, which is an online forum, is a part of again SSRC cultural digital culture program, and under this it will provide information services from big data to small data, from privacy to transparency, from access to sustainability. So these are the main themes of the SSRC, under which the forum publishes scholarly articles. Scholarly articles are there. Under these, they will produce, they will publish and distribute the knowledge to all the members of the organizations. Right? Now, Parameters is intended to showcase the voices of scholars and researchers, teachers, publishers, librarians, and archivists. So all these persons who are involved in this are particularly like for example in Parameters. Parameters is a program of SSRC. They're all involved in this forum to exchange their ideas, to inform the the research scholars or research scientists who are involved in social sciences, and they can benefit out of this when we discuss in this forum. Okay, so then this is all about SSRC. Then another institute is there, AHRC, Arts and Humanities Research Council. It is located in UK. Again, it is involved in arts and humanities, research projects in arts and humanities particularly, right? The activities of the Arts and Humanities Research Council is mentioned in 31, page number 31, right? So the subjects which are there are arts and humanities. And the important one is, for your exam point of view, World Bank Open Knowledge Repository. It is located in page number 32. World Bank also are doing some kind of activities. Like, for example, it has the largest depository, largest knowledge repository with the name OKR, Open Knowledge Repository. So it is involved in all kind of banking activities, banking. So it is involved, the scope of this institute is banking sector. So all kinds of information services pertaining to banking sector are available in this. Okay, like for example, it publishes reports, World Bank Group annual reports, evaluation studies. Like for example, you wanted to know which bank is doing good job, which bank is in losses, which bank is having profits. So such kind of reports can be available in this OKR. OKR contains thousands of research reports, right? And again, books published by World Bank Group, like flagship publications, academic books, and practitioner volumes. And world development reports, all world development reports. So it is also containing some kind of reports on countries also, different countries of the world. On them also they have published some reports. WDR background papers. These are all the publications of the organization. 1 minute. Hello, Murthy. Okay. Then you have to mention all these. If you can remember, you have to remember all these works of World Bank Open Knowledge Repository. Suppose it appears, usually it comes in a short answer question, right? So there are several activities out there. Like for example, policy research working papers. It's a series of papers that disseminate findings of work in progress, means which are research is being under progress, which is in under progress. So such kind of a findings can be available in this PRWP. Then again, selected papers of high research quality are also available in this. Economic and sector work, ESW studies, all these are there. These are all the which are the activities which are there in World Bank Open Knowledge Repositories. Another one is OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, right? Again, it is an organization that promotes policies for economics and social development. Economics, it's related to economic subject and sociology. So it provides government experiences of the government organizations or NGO organizations which are involved in economic and developmental activities, right? Then OECD aims to set international standards on a wide range of things, from agriculture to tax and safety of chemicals, right? So there are all different activities. There are different activities are there which are being undertaken by OECD, and particularly OECD is focused on helping the governments of the world to restore confidence in the markets and institutions, to make them function, then re-establish healthy public finances for future sustainable economic growth. So these are all activities which are very important for the students who are research students who are in economics, right? And the very important one is data on India. Data on India. So it's again a database services, particularly all the like finances, education, energy, government, health, innovation, and all these areas. They have data which is provided to the research scientists who are involved in these areas, right? So these are some of the institutions, national and international, which are involved in social sciences or information services in social sciences. Then social policy. Now, what is a social policy? What is policy actually? A policy is something which refers to general guidelines which give direction to a particular course of action by the government. Suppose policy means according to this policy, we are doing this. Policy means some kind of a guidance, a written guidance. So what we'll do if this happens? What will we be doing if this is happening? So like that, some kind of a statements will be there. That is called as a policy. Policy refers to course of action that will be done based on a situation or according to some kind of a organization activities. What should we do? What shall we do? That is called as a policy. So even there is a policy for social policy. Then, according to David Gill, which is mentioned in 33, social policies are the principles designed to influence first the quality of life of in a society, the circumstances of living of individuals and groups in that society. And so this question very important for short answers. The nature of intra-societal relationship among the individuals, groups, and society as a whole. Then again, Marshall states, and again, the person Marshall states that the term social policy refers to the policy of government with regard to action having a direct impact on the welfare of citizens by providing them with services or income. So this page number 34 illustrates some important characteristics of the social policy. Right, first point. You have to remember these 3 points. The first one is the important concern of social policy is with social and economic justice based on the principle of equality, which means that redistribution of social resources are should be first of all to the worst sections of the society. That means the resources which are available that should be made available to the under or deprived sections of the society first. Then second characteristics of social policy is its concern with the weaker and vulnerable sections of the society, such as poor, women, children, disabled, backward classes, and so that it can bring them on par with the other sections of society which are above the status. And another one is social policy is the social policies do not exist in isolation. These are determined to a large extent by the social political scenario of a nation and its economic viability and social cultural ethos of people will be there in this, right? So ethos and the values, all these are there in the social policy, right? So this question is very important for a short answer question, right? So in this unit, you will be getting a essay question from ICSR and NASDOC. Then another one is World Bank Open Repository. That will be usually for short answer question. Then in essay questions, you will get ISSC, International Social Science Council. Okay, so that is not much important, but sometimes you can expect a question from that also. And from short answer question, social policy is also very important. So these are all about the third unit. Okay, is it okay? Is it okay? So it's very dry topic. Generally, dry topic. Topic means because it's all about the institutions which are involved in the social science research, right? Or publications of social science research, right? So the next unit is unit 4. It's on ebooks. Okay.
Good morning,
Now,
sir.
yeah.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు మాకు సైన్స్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ బుక్ వేరే ఉంది సార్, మీరు చెప్పే టాపిక్ కూడా సోషల్ చెప్తున్నారు కదా.
Okay,
మరి మాకు
this is all the students who are social sciences. This is the class for social sciences, not for science and technology. Of course, e-books is same. The concept will be same, and the organizations may be different, right?
ఎస్ సార్.
Okay. Any science student are there? Suppose for example, Unit 4 is there. E-book is there. E-book concept is same for both science and technology as well as the social sciences. But the organizations and publications of e-books are different. Okay?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, ఇప్పుడు డిగ్రీలో బిఎస్సి సైన్స్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళను వేరే సబ్జెక్ట్, సోషల్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు వేరే సబ్జెక్ట్.
వినపడట్లేదు కొంచెం లౌడ్లీ.
సార్ ఇది డిగ్రీలో బిఎస్సి గ్రూప్ సైన్స్ గ్రూప్ వాళ్ళను వేరే సబ్జెక్టు, సోషల్ వాళ్ళను సైన్స్ అండ్ హ్యుమానిటీస్ ఉండే సార్. ఇవి ఒకవేళ ఈ సబ్జెక్టు సైన్స్ వాళ్ళు ఇవి సోషల్ సైన్సెస్ తీసుకుంటే, హ్యుమానిటీస్ తీసుకుంటే ప్రాబ్లమా?
ఏం కాదు, ఏదైనా తీసుకోవచ్చు, అట్లేం లేదు. యాక్చువల్లీ సోషల్ సైన్స్ తీసుకున్నా సైన్స్ తీసుకున్నా ఏం కాదు. You'll be knowing about, in fact, actually as a librarian you should know both science and technology and as well as social sciences. So suppose for example Sage is there. Sage is also involved in science publications as well as social sciences. There is nothing wrong in that, right? See, actually they have kept in a separate paper, but it should be in the same one because both are common for libraries, right? Is it okay?
సైన్స్ వాళ్ళకి మళ్ళీ ఏమన్నా సపరేట్ క్లాసెస్ ఉంటాయి సార్, అంటే కొన్ని టాపిక్స్ వేరే ఉన్నాయి కదా.
I doesn't know. It should be there. I doesn't know. I think you have to see the schedule. Please check the schedule for science and technology classes. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So we'll start the next one, e-books. Now, what is this e-book? E-book is called as electronic book. Electronic book. Okay? Now, what is electronic book? So usually this is a book, right? This is printed book, printed. If it is in electronic format, it is called as e-book. How do you read the book? How do you read the book? Suppose printed book is, we can use this like this, right? You can turn the pages and read it physically. But in case of an e-book, we have to use an electronic device. Now, what are the advantages of e-books? Anyone? So in page number 40, we have the definitions for e-books, right? An e-book is also called as electronic book or a digital book. Is an e-text that forms the digital media environment or equivalent of a conventional printed book. Suppose you wanted to make a e-book of this. This is a printed book. You wanted an e-book of this. How to make it? ఎట్లా చేస్తారు? ఎట్లా చేస్తారు? You have to scan this. Suppose this soft copy ఉంది అనుకో. Soft copy ఉంటే directly you can generate an e-book. Suppose there is no soft copy, old books ఉన్నాయి, దాన్ని ఏం చేయాలి? You have to scan this and make a PDF file, then it is published. Then it becomes a e-book, right? So in that, there are several text formats are there, like HTML format is there, Word format is there, PDF format is there. There are several formats are there. So before actually, I'll tell you, see this book, you wanted to make a e-book, then what you have to do is each and every page has to be scanned. So when you scan, you will get an image. You will get an image. So image is not searchable. Image is not searchable. You cannot search the text, right? Suppose for example, this page is there, right? If you scan it, it will become an image. You wanted to search for a word in this, you cannot search it because it's an image. You have to convert the image to text. How to convert image to text? You have to do OCR processing, optical character reader. That's called as OCR processing. So OCR processing, there are softwares are there which are used to convert the image to text files. Okay, and when you do OCR processing, then text becomes the pages become searchable, and then it is becoming a ebook, right? Now, this is how ebooks are developed. In case of old books, this is the process. But in case of the new books, because everyone is now using the computers, they can have a soft copy there itself. So no need of scanning it and doing that. In case of old books, you have to scan it, right, to prepare a ebook. Then there are several formats are available for ebooks: rich text format, word format, TXT format, hypertext format, OPF format, and PDF format. I include these only. I have repeated. I have read only a few of the options, but there are many formats are there which are in text, right? Now, what are the characteristics of ebooks? Ebooks, right? So ebooks are delivered to the desktop. Right? For example, you need not go to the library. Ebooks are available on your computer. Okay, on your desktop it is available, right? They can be searched. You can search. Suppose you want to search for a word. So how to search? Just edit, find option is there. In that, go there and type the keyword. You will find there, right? So then again, you can it can be read by more than a person at a time. So ebooks, for example, if your library is having 10 books, you can give it to 10 persons. The 11th person has to wait for the book to be returned, right? Suppose if there is an ebook, that ebook can be given to n number of people, any number of users. So simultaneously can read by number of persons. And can you place an audio clip in this printed book, audio clip or video clip? No, it's not possible. Whereas in an ebook, you can insert multimedia graphics, audio clips, video clips also can be inserted in an ebook. That's there you can click on that, it will run, it will execute, right? So like that, it will be there. Then it can be interactive. It is an interactive version. It is also published very quickly. Earlier they used to publish that, for example, when you write a book, it is printed, it is binded, and it is again like it is dried up and it is sent for publication. So it used to take a lot of time. But whereas in case of an ebook, it is published immediately. So you can send it to the readers immediately after designing that. Right? There is also an advantage of that. And it can also it can also have available at a lesser cost. See, purchasing a printed book may be costly sometimes. If it is an e-book, it is lesser cost than the printed book. Of course, there are some advantages are there, some disadvantages are also there. Suppose, for example, if you the advantage is you can read it at your home, but reading continuously on your system may strain your eyes, right? The advantage is you can zoom in, search, you can enlarge the text, whereas it is not possible in a printed book. It is not possible in a printed book. You cannot enlarge the font, whereas in an ebook you can enlarge the font. You can search, you can pinpoint, you can find out, you can search very easily, fast, right? Whereas it is not, it is difficult in a printed book. Okay, but the disadvantage is you should have an electronic device. If you do not have a computer or a mobile, you cannot open an ebook, right? So whereas printed book does not need any devices, you can use this anywhere, right? So these are the some of the advantages and the disadvantages are there, right? You can see the advantages in page number 42, like multiple access of the ebooks at a time, multiple users can access, right? Searching is possible. It takes very less space. So you can store lakhs of books in one pen drive. Whereas you wanted to store 1 lakh books, you need a big hall, right? So whereas storing 1 lakh books, soft copies, ebooks, you can do it in one pen drive, right? And Customization, portability is also there. Like for example, you can online also. You can read the book online also. You can have a backup copy, backup as many number of copies you can have it. Then environmentally viable, because you are not cutting the trees. You are not cutting the trees, so therefore it is an environmentally viable. So paper means you have to cut the trees. There is no cutting of trees because of electronic versions, right? Then you can preserve these books for any number of. See, after some time, this book will become wear and tear, and it will tear off, right? So that is not a problem with the soft copies, ebooks. So you can have any number of accessing times, n number of times. You can download anywhere, any time also, right? So these are the advantages of ebooks. Then there are four types of books are there. Types of ebooks. One is downloaded ebook. So downloadable, which can be downloadable on your devices, electronic devices, that or computer or laptop, whatever it may be. So such type of ebooks are called as a downloadable ebook. Then dedicated ebooks. Dedicated ebooks are the ebooks which will not be opened in any other device other than the specified. Like for example, some devices, only in those devices it will be accessed, right? Then web accessible ebooks. Web accessible ebooks. So here also the provider's website, it will be on a fee basis. Suppose, for example, when you subscribe it, it will be accessed. It is made available. Otherwise, it is not available. Right? Web accessible. Through web, you can access those books. Print on demand books. Suppose here in this, a high quality printer is provided, in which the bound copies are produced on demand, right? So such kind of ebooks, because sometimes they wanted printed books also. So those ebooks are printed on high quality printers, fast printers, so that it can be available on bound volumes. Right? So there are four types of ebooks are there, and then coming to 43, page number 43, you can have the readers or devices. So ebook readers or devices. What are the different types of devices which are used for reading the ebooks? So first dedicated ebook was Apple Newton Message Pad. That was the first ebook reader developed by Alan Kay in 1968. 1968. Then later another Palm Pilot's Rocket ebook was there, which used to store about 10 books. In that they used to store 10 books. But later on, again in 1998, Softbook Press, it has produced a device which can store 2,250 books, 250 books and 1 lakh pages. So totally 1 lakh pages can be scanned, accessed in that books. Nowadays there is no limitation. You can have n number of pages, and provided the hardware capacity is there, right? So there are Go Reader is also another ebook reader which was designed for the university students. And other books, other ebook readers include Flipweaver, Halley Reader, FB Reader, Plucker, Acrobat Reader, Adobe Reader, Movie Pocket. So there are many devices are there. There is a list of devices which is in page number 44 and 43. Okay. Then pocket PCs are also there, which are having a kind of a devices which can access these ebooks, which can be used to read these ebooks. Then, so these are about ebook readers or devices. So you can read them because there are many softwares and hardwares are there. So we can use those devices. So it is usually a short answer question you will get on devices. Okay. Then ebook platforms for libraries. So ebooks platforms. Platform means some kind of a web portals or web pages where you can find some kind of ebooks on social sciences particularly. So first one is books at Jester, JSQR. So it is established, or it is initiated by university presses of Princeton University, Columbia University, Cornell University, and the ebooks are published on Jester. It was founded in 1995 by Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. So Jester is also a platform where you can find ebooks of these three universities: Yale University, Princeton, Columbia, Cornell, and some more universities are there which are included in this website. Okay, so it consists of 70,000, more than 70,000 ebooks are there, particularly social sciences. Again, another website, Cambridge Books Online. So Cambridge University Press, published by Cambridge University Press, it contains more than 20,000 books, different books. 20,000 ebooks are there. So you can have different plans of subscription for these websites. You can subscribe to these websites for accessing those e-resources. Ebooks and audiobooks on EBSCOhost. Ebooks and audiobooks and EBSCO. Okay, this is a host, is a website again where you can find out ebooks and as well as audiobooks, right? So you have to, it is there around 23 titles, 23,000 titles are there, especially for public libraries, and highly recommended titles are there. So the popular books are there in this EBSCOhost. Okay, then eBook Central, again it is a product of ProQuest, ProQuest.com. So it is acquired by ProQuest in January 2011, and eBrary is a pioneer in this ebook business. So it has published 450,000 ebooks in this web page from over 500 publishers, renowned publishers, and leading academic publishers like STM and Academic Complete. So these are popular publishers are there. From there, they have posted these publications in their website, eBook Central. Okay. So there are many are there. So of course, one is you can read these kind of different agencies, because it's only about the agencies which are providing these ebooks and the psych books, particularly psychology students who wanted to pursue the research or the post graduation in this psychology. They can use psych books, PSYC books. Then Sage Knowledge is there, Taylor and Francis ebooks, Routledge Reference Online. So all these are the Project Muse is also there. Project Muse. All these are the platforms where you can find ebooks, and you can find a large number of collections in social sciences. Okay. Then very important one is for essay question is ebook acquisition and licensing models. Ebook acquisition and licensing models. Acquisition. What is acquisition? So how to acquire? See, suppose printed books, you can purchase them. You can purchase printed books. But whereas ebooks, how to purchase them? How to acquire them? So there are some kind of a models are there, acquisition models and licensing models are there. So in page number 48, you can see the acquisition models. Different types of acquisition models are there. So you have to select the model according to your library requirements. Suppose if you become a librarian, you can choose any one of the model, right? It depends which model your library is appropriate for your library, or your organization is suggesting. Like that, based on that, you have to select one. So there are many methods out there. First method is subscription method. Subscription. So subscription model is like, for example, like newspapers. Subscription will be subscribing for the newspapers. Like that, ebooks are also subscribed for a limited period of time. Suppose you wanted to subscribe for 1 year, you can choose it. After that 1 year, that book will not be available for you to reading, right? So like that, it is a kind of a method where you can subscribe to the ebooks, whatever the books you wanted it. Then another one is perpetual access. See, perpetual access is a method of acquisition where, suppose for example, this printed book is there, you have purchased it, right? So it is your property now. It is your property. It will be there in your library collection, right? That means it is available in your library. Now, because if it is subscribed, suppose ebook, if it is subscribed, so after that period it is not available. That means only for 1 year or 6 months, whatever the subscription time. After that, it is not available. So you will be at a loss. So therefore, what they have done is they have made a provision called as perpetual access. So you can download that book, you can keep it for permanent because you have purchased it. So that is also available. So you have to pay some more amount for that, so that it is made available permanently in your library collection. So that method is called as perpetual access. Perpetual access, right? Then demand-driven acquisition. Demand-driven. So based on the demand, you will acquire the books. You will not acquire all the ebooks. Where there is a demand, you will subscribe them. You will not purchase all the books, all the ebooks, because many books may not be used by many people, right? So some books are used by 100 students. Some books are not even used by one person also. So therefore, based on the demand, based on the requirement, you will subscribe to the resources. So that kind of a model is called as demand-driven acquisition method. And another one is evidence-based selection. Evidence-based selection. Again, here also same thing. Based on the evidence or statistics, you will be acquiring those documents. Not all the documents. Based on the evidence or statistics, where there is a kind of a requirement is there, so you will be acquiring those ebooks only, not all the ebooks. So therefore, this is again another method of acquisition, right? So these are the popular acquisition models are there. So this is very important question for your essay also. You have to explain it each and every model in a brief way, right? So subscription method is there, perpetual access is there, demand-driven acquisition, and evidence-based selection. Right? You will be selecting a particular title of the book based on the evidence, based on some kind of a statistics, right? So that is called as evidence-based selection. Then coming to licensing models, license. See, you need to have license to read it or retrieve the document. So there is a model for licensing also, acquiring the license for the accessing the document, right? Now here, particularly, this licensing comes for circulation, in case of a circulation. So when you purchase printed book, there is no problem. But you are purchasing ebooks, you need to have the license also. See, you have to take the license so that you can read the ebook. Right? The most common licensing models are available in page number 49. You can see there. The first one is non-concurrent user license. Non-concurrent means simultaneously there are only one user, not many users. Only one user at a time. That is called as non-concurrent. There is only one user at a time. That is called as non-concurrent user license. Means you are accessing online only, but only one. Suppose if I am accessing the document, another person will not be able to access that document, because unless I leave it, that person will not be able to access this. So one person at a time, that is called as non-concurrent user license. Then second one is concurrent user license. Concurrent means at a time many users can access that book. Not single person, any number of users. So that is called as concurrent users. Concurrent user license. Then third one is limited number of loan licenses. Limited. See, this book is provided to limited number of people. Suppose, for example, they will fix 25. So only 25 persons you will be able to given loan. That means those only 25 persons can access, right? If the 26th person wanted to access it, it is not possible because that person has to leave it again. So limited number of people can access at a time. So that is called as limited number of loan licenses. Then limited term licenses. In the third one, there are number of people are restricted. But here, in the limited term, the period is restricted, not the users. Suppose, for example, 1 year or 6 months or 1 month or 50 days, like that, this fixed. Term means period. Limited term licenses. Then the fifth one is unlimited term licenses, unlimited. Though there is no limit for the licenses there. So unlimited of period. So n number of years, right? There is no limitation for accessing, and n number of users, n number of days they can access it, any number of times. So that is called as unlimited term licenses. The sixth one is perpetual license. Perpetual license, as I said in the acquisition model, perpetual license is a license where you can obtain the copy or ebook permanently in your digital library collection. So that you need not, suppose for example, in the subscription model, what happens after the end of the subscription, you will not be able to read the document. Whereas if you obtain a license under perpetual access, you can access them even after the subscription period also, because you have obtained the rights for that. So that kind of a license is called as perpetual license. That is for entire life of the ebook. The next one is subscription license. Subscription license is again depends on three factors for his subscription. Like your Tata Sky or Dish TV, you are subscribing. After the end of subscription, it will be over, right? Here also same thing. How many number of connections you wanted it. So here also same thing. How many number of users concurrent will be there? How much time period? How many books can be accessed at a time? So all these conditions will be there in the subscription model. See, you have to agree for that subscription models when you agree with the publisher, right? So they will be specifying. Suppose you wanted 25 users at a time, this much amount. You wanted 100 users at a time, this much amount. You have to agree in those packages, right? Then last one is pay per loan license, pay per use. Pay per use. Suppose you wanted only one book, you purchase it, that will be paid. Only for that it will be paid, not for the entire collection. Entire database is not required for it. Only for that book you are using, or for that period you are using. Suppose you wanted to use it for 1 hour, only for 1 hour you can use it, right? So that is called as pay per use. Pay how much you wanted it, that much use. That's all. Okay. So these are the licensing models which are very common and very important for the librarians, particularly who are going to acquire ebooks nowadays, right? Then of course there are challenges to the librarians also there. Challenges are many because of the ebook technology. Many of the librarians are not well versed with the technologies, and also particularly these licensing models, very confusing, complex in nature, so that they have to understand them very closely, and they have to select the appropriate model, licensing model or acquisition model. Only then they have to select it. See, if you do not select a proper model, then it will become a problem, right? So, and the challenges for the librarians are mentioned in the 49. This is very important for the short answer question. The challenges for the librarian because of the acquisition models or because of ebooks. Now, ebooks are having no uniform or universal format, content format. See, in some ebooks it is in HTML format, in some ebooks it is in Word format, in some it is in PDF format. So you need to acquire all the applications for opening those documents. Suppose you do not have Adobe Reader is not there, then you will not be able to open the document, right? So you will not be able to access the document. So there are some reasons are there, right? So you will not be able to open those documents. So there is no uniformity of the content format inside the ebook. That is also a challenge. And again, there is an increased need for developing resource sharing. resource sharing and purchasing groups for and there is a high need for resource sharing, right? Resource sharing means book sharing, document sharing. There is also is being increased in case of ebooks, right? Then users dependence upon and the demand for resources in electronic format. So user has to dependence, right? So there is kind of a challenges involved in case of a user dependencies. So some users might not have the application software at their end, or they do not have proper internet connection at their end. So they do not have some kind of a systems at their end, hardware or devices at their end. So all these are the dependencies of the users. Again, even the formats also, electronic formats also. If you do not have proper software to access or read those documents, it is not available. So there are some problems are there. These are all the challenges which has to be faced by the librarians. And again, the rising costs. And these books are also, ebooks are also very costly, and they are not very easily available, freely available. You need to take the permissions of the parent organizations for providing them to the subscribers or users of your library. So, and even the interlibrary loan services are also becoming very costly because of these ebooks. And particularly the lack of awareness. Many users are not aware of the technology. So doesn't know how to open a system. They doesn't know how to open the computer. In fact, not only the users, even the staff are also not aware of the technologies, latest technologies. So all these are the problems which are there, which are there in the library. So the librarians has to tackle these issues and challenges, and you have to be aware of the new technologies, right? So therefore, you have to be aware of the updates, latest updates, and you have to understand the basics of these ebooks, the licensing models, the acquisition models. Unless you do understand these, you will not be able to provide these latest technologies or latest information services to your clients or users. So this is all about the ebooks, right? So is there any doubt in this ebooks? Did you understand this ebook concept?
సార్ లిమిటెడ్ టర్మ్ లైసెన్స్ ఒకసారి చెప్పారా సార్?
Limitations.
లిమిటెడ్
Limitations.
అవును సార్.
Limitations అంటే హడల్స్. లిమిటేషన్స్ అంటే హడల్స్. హడల్స్ ఫర్ ది లైబ్రరీన్స్. హడల్స్ ఏముంటాయి అంటే యూజర్స్ వైపు ఉంటాయి, కొన్ని లైబ్రరీ స్టాఫ్ వైపు ఉంటాయి. యూజర్స్ వైపు ఏముంటాయి? సపోజ్ వాళ్ళ దగ్గర కంప్యూటర్ లేదు, కంప్యూటర్ లేకపోతే ఈ బుక్స్ ఓపెన్ చేయడం రాదు కదా. అట్లనే కంప్యూటర్స్ ఉన్న సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఉండాలి, సాఫ్ట్వేర్ లేకపోతే ఓపెన్ చేయడం రాదు, రైట్? సో ఇవన్నీ కూడా లిమిటేషన్స్ అనమాట. సో ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ యూజర్స్ డిపెండెంట్ అనమాట. యూజర్స్ డిపెండెన్సీస్ కూడా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అంటే దే ఆర్ ఆల్ డిపెండెంట్ ఆన్ దిస్ టెక్నాలజీ. ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దిస్ క్లాస్, ఈ క్లాస్ అవుతుంది, మీ దగ్గర ఇంటర్నెట్ లేదు. వాట్ ఈస్ ద యూజ్? యూ విల్ నాట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు లిజన్ టు ద క్లాస్. మీ దగ్గర సిస్టమ్ సరిగ్గా లేదు, యూ విల్ నాట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు లిజన్ టు ది ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్. So all these are the dependencies of the users. Okay, so like that, the dependencies are there, limitations are there for the librarians, and also rising cost of the interlibrary loan services. And the interlibrary loan and between one library and another library. Suppose your interlibrary lending services offer చేయాలంటే you have to pay for that. So పేమెంట్ చేయాలంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు పే ది కాస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది బుక్, కాస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది డాక్యుమెంట్. సో ఇట్స్ ఆల్సో వెరీ కాస్ట్లీ. సో దీస్ సర్వీసెస్ ఆర్ నాట్ బీయింగ్ ప్రొవైడెడ్ బికాస్ లైబ్రరీస్ ఆర్ పూర్ ఇన్ ఫైనాన్స్. ఎక్కువ ఫండ్స్ ఉండవు వాళ్ళ దగ్గర. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ది ఫైనాన్షియల్ లిమిటేషన్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. ఓకే, అట్లనే రిసోర్స్ షేరింగ్, దెర్ ఇస్ హై డిమాండ్ ఫర్ రిసోర్స్ షేరింగ్. అంటే గ్రూప్ లాగా అయ్యి అందరు రిసోర్స్ షేర్ చేసుకుందాం. అంటే సపోజ్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ కాలేజెస్ క్యాన్ జాయింట్లీ పర్చేస్ దీస్ ఈబుక్స్. ఓకే, సో అంటే సపోజ్ నేను ఒక్కడనే పర్చేస్ చేశాను అనుకోండి. సపోజ్ ఐఎమ్ ది కాలేజ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్, ఐ హ్యావ్ పర్చేస్ దిస్ బుక్, సో ఐ కెన్ యూజ్ ఇట్. బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది టైమ్ ఇట్ బికమ్స్ ఐడిల్ ఓన్లీ. ఇట్ విల్ బి ఐడిల్ ఓన్లీ. అంటే ఎక్కువ మంది యూజ్ చేయకపోవచ్చు. అదే ఒక 10 కాలేజెస్ కలిసి పర్చేస్ చేసామనుకో ఏమవుతుంది? the funding is also shared. అంటే నేను 1 lakh స్పెండ్ చేస్తే ఒకవేళ 10 కాలేజెస్ షేర్ చేస్తే ఐ విల్ బి స్పెండింగ్ ఓన్లీ 10,000. అండ్ ఆ బుక్ కూడా ఎక్కువ మందికి యూజ్గా ఉంటుంది, ఐడిల్గా ఉండకుండా ఇట్ క్యాన్ బి యూజ్డ్ బై మెనీ పీపుల్ ఎట్ ఎ టైమ్. అంటే దేర్ విల్ బి ఆప్టిమమ్ యూజ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ బుక్స్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ది అంటే రిసోర్స్ షేరింగ్లో ఎక్కువ దెర్ ఈస్ ఏ demand for resource sharing, right? So of course there are many other issues are also there, technological issues like dependencies of the users, dependence of the staff kuda chaala mantuku technology meeda avagahan ledu. So there are several issues are there. So these are some of the limitations of e-books. Okay, so it usually comes in a short answer question. Short answer lo vastundi case wise. Okay, is it okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Is there anyone, any other doubts?
Sir, first unit and second unit tell me
Because important enti ante acquisition models, licensing models, essay question ki ఒకసారి మీకు అది చదివితే ఈజీగానే అనిపిస్తుంది. అక్విజిషన్ మోడల్ అండ్ లైసెన్సింగ్ మోడల్ అంటే ఎట్లా పర్చేస్ చేయాలి అనేది, అది డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ మోడల్స్, బిజినెస్ ట్రెండ్స్ అన్నమాట ఇవన్నీ, బిజినెస్ ట్రెండ్స్. దెన్ షార్ట్ ఆన్సర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ వచ్చేసి లిమిటేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఈబుక్స్, లిమిటేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఈబుక్స్ ఒకటి, దెన్ advantages and disadvantages of ebooks is also very important for essay question. Okay, is there any doubt? ఇంకెవరన్నా అడుగుతున్నారు, ఉందా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? ఓకే, ఇప్పటిదాకా 4 యూనిట్స్ చెప్పాం కదా, 4 యూనిట్స్ మీరు చదువుకోండి మళ్ళీ. దెన్ యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో ఆస్క్ మీ ఇన్ ది నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ ఆల్సో. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో కూడా అడగచ్చు, ప్రాబ్లం ఏం లేదు. ఓకే, బట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు రీడ్ దెమ్. ఇప్పుడు చదివితేనే మీకు గుర్తుంటుంది కొంచెం. ఇఫ్ యూ రీడ్ ఇట్ యూ విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ మచ్ మోర్ ఈజీలీ. మీకు ఇంకా ఈజీగా అర్థమవుతుంది. అందుకనే చదువుకుంటారంటే చదువుకుని రైట్
సార్.
Yes.
Sir.
Hello.
Sir, first unit and second unit, sir. Important questions.
Okay.
Important questions. First unit and second unit. First unit, second unit, important questions, sir.
First, already నేను చెప్పాను నిన్న ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ సెకండ్ యూనిట్ లో ఇంపార్టెంట్ చెప్పాను. నిన్న క్లాస్ లో చెప్పాను. నిన్న డిస్కస్ చేసినప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ అండ్ సెకండ్ యూనిట్ లో ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ చెప్పాను ఆల్రెడీ. అందుకనే రెగ్యులర్ గా రావాలి క్లాసెస్ కి. ఓకే, సో ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ లో సోషల్ సైన్స్ డిసిప్లిన్స్, then information used by the social sciences. This is very important. Information used by the social sciences. Second unit lo publishing trends in humanities and social sciences.
It's not clear.
And major social science publishers in India. అంటే లిస్ట్ ఉంటాయి, ఆ లిస్ట్ మీరు మెన్షన్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉండాలి. ఇంపార్టెంట్ అన్ని షార్ట్ ఆన్సర్ కి వచ్చేసి పబ్లికేషన్ ఎథిక్స్.
ఓకే,
పబ్లికేషన్ ఎథిక్స్ షార్ట్ ఆన్సర్ లో. అఫ్ కోర్స్ అంటే ఒక్కొక్కసారి ఎస్ఏలో కూడా రావచ్చు కొంచెం. అంటే మీరు ఎస్ఏకే ప్రిపేర్ కంటే ఎస్ఏకి ప్రిపేర్ అయితే యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో రైట్ ఇన్ ద షార్ట్ ఆన్సర్ ఆల్సో. Okay.
థర్డ్ వన్ సార్. థర్డ్ వన్ లో చెప్పారా సార్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్? థర్డ్ వన్ లో చెప్పారా సార్? ఎవరికైనా తెలుసా థర్డ్ నుంచి?
సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్, లాంగ్ క్వశ్చన్ లో సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్, డిస్కస్ ద యాక్టివిటీస్ అండ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ISSR.
సైన్స్ ఏనండి మీరు? సోషలా?
హ్యుమానిటీస్, సోషల్ ఈజ్
అవునా, ఓకే.
సైన్స్. హలో,
చెప్పండి. సైన్స్ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారా?
సైన్స్ వాళ్ళకి తర్వాత క్లాసెస్
Okay, we'll close
ఉన్నాయండి.
the class. We'll close the session. Okay.
ఓకే
Right. Tomorrow we'll meet again.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
హలో హలో, ఇంకొకటమ్మా. హలో,
చెప్పండి సార్.
మీ డౌట్ ఏంటంటే ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ రీసోర్స్ ఇన్ సోషల్ సైన్స్ అండ్ హ్యూమానిటీస్ ఇది క్లాసు. మీకు సైన్స్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ వాళ్ళకు షెడ్యూల్ లో ఉందమ్మా, చూసుకోండి. 4వ తారీఖు నుంచో ఏమో ఉంది నెక్స్ట్ దీని తర్వాత.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు మేము వినుకున్నాం కదా సార్, ఇది ఈ క్లాస్ అటెండ్ కాకుండా సార్ ఇప్పుడు
ఈ క్లాస్ కూడా అటెండ్ కావచ్చు, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
ఓకే, అప్పుడైతే అన్ని యూనిట్లు కవర్ చేస్తారా సార్? మళ్ళీ ఒకవేళ సేమ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి చెప్పనంటారా? కొన్ని యూనిట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా సేమ్.
లే అన్ని యూనిట్స్ చెప్తారు అప్పుడు.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్. ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మాకు సోషల్ వాళ్ళకి సైన్స్ వాళ్ళకి 4th యూనిట్ సేమ్ ఉంది సార్. అట్లా ఒకే సిలబస్ ఒకే ఉన్నాయి కదా సేమ్ టాపిక్స్, అవి చెప్పము అని అంటే మళ్ళీ మాకు ఇబ్బంది అవుతుంది కదా.
లేదు, అన్ని యూనిట్స్ చెప్తారు అప్పుడు కూడా, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
సార్ మాకు సైన్స్ వాళ్ళకి ఓకే సార్.
రైట్ అమ్మా. ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్సా
సార్? అది
చెప్పండి.
క్లాస్
12కి ఉంటుంది ఇప్పుడు. సారు జాయిన్ అవుతాడు 12 o'clock ఉంటుంది. మళ్ళీ ఆ లింక్ లో జాయిన్ కాండి.
ఓకే సార్.
రైటా?
రైట్ సార్. సార్ సార్ భవానీ గారంట పిలుస్తున్నారు సార్ మిమ్మల్ని. మేబీ సార్ ఎల్లుండొచ్చు, మ్యూట్ లో పెట్టారు సారు. ఓకే.
ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ మళ్ళీ డేటాబేస్ కి వేరే వేరే లింక్ ఓపెన్ చేసుకోవాలా?
వేరే లింక్ ఓపెన్ చేసుకోవాలమ్మా. భవానీ గారు
సార్, అది నేను ఫస్ట్ సెమిస్టర్ రాయలేదు సార్, కోవిడ్ వచ్చడం వల్ల. ఇప్పుడు సెకండ్ సెమిస్టర్ రాసిన తర్వాత ఫస్ట్ సెమిస్టర్ రాసుకోవచ్చా?
రాసుకోవచ్చు.
రిజల్ట్స్ ఎప్పుడు ఉంటాయి సార్?
రిజల్ట్స్ ఎప్పుడు ఉంటాయి సార్?
రిజల్ట్స్ గురించి మీరు ఏం వరీ కావద్దు, రిజల్ట్స్ వస్తాయమ్మా. 1 month పడుతుంది, టెన్షన్ పడద్దు.
ఈ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఎప్పుడు ఉంటాయి సార్? మా సెకండ్ సెమిస్టర్
సెకండ్ సెమిస్టర్ ఫిబ్రవరి కావచ్చు, మార్చ్ లో ఉంటాయి. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
చెప్పండి
సార్. ఇప్పుడు సెకండ్ సెమిస్టర్ లో రికార్డ్ ఉందా సార్ రాయడానికి? రికార్డ్ అసైన్మెంట్స్
సెకండ్ సెమిస్టర్ లో రికార్డ్ రాయాలి, లైబ్రరీ విజిట్ రిపోర్ట్ రికార్డ్ రాయాలి. అది క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ మేము పంపిస్తావా? టెలిగ్రామ్ గ్రూప్ చూస్తున్నారా మీరు రెగ్యులర్ గా?
అవును సార్.
మరి చాలా మంది ఎందుకు జాయిన్ అవుతలేరమ్మా? ఇంకా చాలా మంది ఉన్నారుగా అందులో.
నా నంబర్ జాయిన్ చేయవరా అంటే టెలిగ్రామ్
అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్
ఏంటిదమ్మా?
అడిగి చంపుతున్నారు సార్. అసలు వాళ్ళు జాయిన్ అవ్వట్లేదు, చాలా వరకు వాళ్ళు చూడట్లేదో ఏమో. బారో వెబ్సైట్ లింక్ పెట్టండి అని అడుగుతున్నారు.
ఇంకా కొన్ని టెక్స్ట్ బుక్స్ రాలేదు.
బుక్స్ గురించి మీరు యూనివర్సిటీకి వచ్చి అక్కడ మెటీరియల్ ప్రొడక్షన్ బుక్స్ బ్రాంచ్ లో అడగాలమ్మా.
జూబ్లీ హిల్స్.
సార్
టెలిగ్రామ్ ఐడి
మరి
చెప్పరా సార్?
రాసి ఎక్కడ ఇవ్వాలి సార్? సెంటర్ స్టడీ సెంటరా లేకపోతే యూనివర్సిటీయా సార్?
ఏంటిదమ్మా?
రికార్డ్ రాసాక
రికార్డ్ రాసినాకనా?
ఎక్కడ సబ్మిట్ చేయాలి?
స్టడీ సెంటర్లో.
సార్ టెలిగ్రామ్ ఐడి చెప్పరా సార్?
టెలిగ్రామ్ ఐడియా
చాట్ లో పెట్టండి సార్ లింక్, ఒకసారి జాయిన్ అవుతారా ఏ వాళ్ళు ఉంటే.
నేను మధ్యాహ్నం వేరే సార్తో పెట్టిస్తా, రవికిషోర్ సార్తో పెడతారులే. ఓకేనా?
లేకపోతే సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఇది యూట్యూబ్ లో అప్లోడ్ చేస్తారు కదా, డిస్క్రిప్షన్ లో లింక్ అటాచ్ చేయండి, యాడ్ చేసుకుంటారు అందరూ.
ఓకే ఓకే అమ్మా. యూట్యూబ్ లోనా?
ఎస్ సార్, యూట్యూబ్ లో డిస్క్రిప్షన్ లో యాడ్
వాట్సాప్
చేయండి.
అయినా ఓకే సార్, వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ అయినా సరే ఐడి ఏదన్నా.
రెండు యాడ్ చేయండి సార్, టెలిగ్రామ్ వాట్సాప్ అందరూ యాడ్ చేసుకుంటారు.
ఇక సరే నేను చేపిస్తలే అమ్మా. టెలిగ్రామ్ గ్రూప్ అయి చేపిస్తా, వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ లేదు మీకు.
మూడు ఉన్నాయి సార్ వాట్సాప్, అందులో ఏవో ఏమో.
సరే టెలిగ్రామ్ గ్రూప్ అవుతుంది అని వాట్సాప్ లేదమ్మా.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
రైట్ అమ్మా.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.